Question for Joe?
Joe, you're at the top of the league at pull-up jumpers, and it's working for you guys right now. You're hitting them at a pretty decent rate. Is that sustainable? Are you comfortable with the amount, or is there like a level between early offense and finding like opportunities to run an offense?
Yeah, I didn't know that actually. But I am comfortable with our shot distribution, the balance of what we're getting, whether in our frequency too, whether it's post-ups, post isolations, playing free flowing, catch and shoot threes. So I do like the distribution of shots that we're getting. I think it's a healthy balance, and I think during certain points of games in the season, you'll have to lean more towards one than the other, and especially the way teams are guarding you. And so, like last night, I thought one of the best things that went unnoticed was Porzingis' screening versus the switch, which forced them to really sink into the paint and allowed us to either drive it or get really good looks because of his screening and diving to the rim.
Is it just a matter of then there's going to be some games you have a lot of pull-up jumpers and some games where maybe that's not going to be there and guys just need to make a better make a good read and move?
Yeah, like tonight, they switch the least of any team in the league, so we'll see if they continue that, and if they do that, we got to set really physical screens, and we got to we'll see what KP's coverage is and where we can get our 2-on-1s from him. If they go to switching, then we got to adjust our play call and our switch attack from there. So I think it just kind of depends game by game, really.
Hi, Joe. What have you seen from the Raptors this season with their addition of Dennis and the steps that OG has taken, and perhaps Scotty in particular?
Yeah. Well, Dennis, we had him here for a little while. His ability to change a game with his defensive effort and the way he manages close games is really good. Him and Pirtle pick and roll is like really efficient, and so they're playing well together. OG's shooting the ball really well, and it looks like they've empowered Barnes to just kind of be more of a dynamic playmaker, whether it's coming off screens, handling, setting. So we have to be very tight with our matchups on him, and the DNA of this team is transition and offensive rebounding and their physicality on defense. And so the coaches maybe have changed, but their DNA hasn't, and so. We have to really answer the bell tonight from a physical standpoint on both ends of the floor, and I think that's the thing we learned from the Minnesota game was, physicality and toughness goes both ways on defense and offense, and they're going to challenge us tonight on both ends.
Last night was one of your better assist games, but you guys are in the bottom third of the league in assist rate. Where do you stand on like the importance of assists, ball movement, all that versus being aggressive? Obviously, the offensive efficiency has been good, but
yeah.
But what is the balance there, I guess?
Yeah, I know. I think, what was it last night? We were 10 assists on 17 field goals in the beginning or something like that. And so, I think, I know what it can't be. It can't be the Minnesota game. But I do think it's not going to be like pass all the time, right? And so I think it just has to be making sure we play together and we take what the defense gives us. And so I think our last two games we found a good balance of like there's a time, for isolation, and there's a time for pass, moving the basketball. And so I didn't like that in the Minnesota game. We all kind of agreed on that as a team, but I felt like the last two games it felt different, and we just got to continue to work on that.
What did you think caused that in the Minnesota game, and what fixed it in the next two games?
I thought one thing Minnesota's gotten a lot better at is spacing Gobert and inverting and like finding, it was much easier to space Gobert in the past, and I think they did a good job of like spacing Gobert, but then him coming to help and the other guys helping behind. And so the 2-on-1s and the easy catch and shoot threes for X5 weren't as good, so that kind of forced us into some more dribbling, and so they've definitely gotten better at that. And then I think it was, the Philly game, it was less switching, but more of us creating like 2-on-1s with our transition and making good rim reads, and then kind of Embiid helping, but us being able to get kickouts. And then last night I thought our transition and our offensive rebound kickouts, and then our switch attack.
Any other questions? Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.